Start recording. Okay, once again, we are here for checkpoint. We have already discussed the topics, or what do you say, overview of the course, whatever we will be covering in this, and we will start today, right from the basics.
Can I ask you something? Is it a first class or the second class? Because we are joining today.
This is technically the first class. Technically the second class, but the first class was only about the introduction of myself and the course, right? So those who did not join that, they did not miss anything technical part, right? So technical discussion, or you can say the course, is starting today.
सर आप हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं कुछ पूछ सकते हैं हिंदी में कि इंग्लिश में बोलना है?
हाँ, हिंदी में आप पूछ सकते हो, मैं हिंदी में जवाब भी दे सकता हूँ. आई विल
सर
हैव.
थोड़ा सा 5 मिनट का रिकैप अगर कर सकें हम 2 मिनट का कि कोर्स क्या कवर करेगा थोड़ा सा हमें मालूम चल जाए जिन लोगों ने फर्स्ट क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं की है. एक दो लोग हैं मेरे साथ वो भी जानना चाहते हैं. 5 मिनट्स में बता दें अगर हो सके तो.
ठीक है, देखो इसमें सब CCSA का जो टॉपिक्स है वो सब कवर होगा, ठीक है, टू पुट इट स्ट्रेट. Plus, you will have few topics from SE, topics like high availability.
सर इंटरप्शन किया रिकॉर्डिंग की परमिशन दे देंगे.
नहीं, रिकॉर्डिंग का परमिशन नहीं मिलता है. ऑल द रिकॉर्डिंग्स विल बी अवेलेबल ऑन अ पोर्टल, जिसका एक्सेस आपको बाद में मिल जाएगा.
ठीक है.
राइट, सो मोटा मोटा वापस बता देता हूँ मैं. CCSA it will include basics of checkpoint, the architecture, packet flow, and then the security policies, backup, system upgrade, right? System if anything goes wrong, and then HTTP protection, VPN, site-to-site VPN, remote access VPN. Then what else? User ID, identity awareness. I mean, HTTPS inspection, URL filtering, file blocking, right? And HA. So that's what we are going to cover. All right. I think that's enough, right? Or if anything in specific you want to ask, you can ask. And mostly the mode of communication in this will be English. Yes, you may ask your questions in Hindi. I will reply in Hindi, but the normal flow will be English because we have people who do not understand Hindi at all. So that is why. Right? So if you don't understand anything in English, I understand English is not our native language. That's perfectly fine. Right? So you can ask your question in Hindi. I'll be more than happy to answer that in Hindi. Right? But I will have to again reiterate that in English for others to understand. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So guys, a quick overview about what firewalls are doing. We have firewalls in the network, just like routers, switch, right? Access points. You have firewalls. This is also one of the networking device in our networks. The main purpose of this device is for access control. Access control means which user should be able to access which type of resources, whether he should be able to go out on internet or whether he should be able to access certain application. Guys, give me 1 minute, okay? बाद में खेलेंगे। All right, guys, I'm back. So where were we? Yeah, the access control. And guys, I would request you all to stay on mute. Right, I will give you time to ask questions. Okay, who's the baby? That's my baby, guys. She's 1 year old. She just woke up and she was too excited. Okay, I've taken care of that. So yes, firewalls, they provide access control, and access control means not just blocking. Security is not just about blocking certain access to a certain application. It is allowing it in a secure manner. So that is what firewalls ensure, allowing secure access to the confidential resources, right? And certain basics which I miss in Palo Alto, the fundamentals of security lie on these three things. CIA, right? This may sound alarming, but it stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Stay on mute, please. I am muting everyone so that we have minimum disturbance. Okay, so CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means the data which is meant to be shared among a group of users, right? And only those group of users should be able to access that data. That is what confidentiality means. Then you have integrity. Integrity means if a data is traveling from point A to point B over internet or any other public infrastructure, it should not be modified on the way, right? Who will modify that? We have attackers all across the globe, right? They are looking for the sensitive data to corrupt that or to steal that information. So integrity means data transferring from A to B. When it reaches B, it should be as it was sent from A, right? Unchanged. How do we verify these things? Uh, I'm not sure if you have noticed, whenever you download certain softwares, right? Softwares from vendors like Cisco, you download ISO images, right? From Palo Alto or any other vendor, when they give you their operating system, right? They also give you a hash uh, file of that information, right? Of that download that you are doing. So that you can verify from that. Hello. Yes. हाँ एक मिनट. Guys, just give me one quick minute, okay? I'll be right back. 1 minute just. Okay, guys, I'm back. So integrity, that's what integrity is. And you can verify that with the hash. And we will talk about what hash is and how does it work and everything we will discuss. Okay. At the right time, not right now. Availability. So any data which has been secured or sitting idle has to be available whenever it is needed, right? So let's say, for example, you saved a good cheat sheet with you to for your daily operational work, and when you're stuck in an incident, you're looking for that cheat sheet and you don't get it. So there is no point in having that cheat sheet, right? The time pe kaam hi nahi aaya, so there is no value of that. So whenever you are enforcing security in your network, you have to consider these three things, right? This is also from the design perspective, from the configuration perspective, right? Always try to evaluate that whatever you are configuring, is it matching these three pillars of security, right? Make sure you are not allowing access to unauthorized user or unauthenticated users. Make sure everyone is on mute, right? Please. Okay, so you have to consider these three. When you are configuring, you have to make sure that the policies or the any security configuration that you're doing on the firewall or any other device, irrespective of what device you're working on, these three will always come into picture. You can always evaluate your work on the basis of these three. All right, now let's talk about how the firewalls function. Do we have anyone who does not understand ACLs, access control list on the routers? Do we have anyone?
Yes.
Uh, I'm not new to the firewall.
No, what I'm asking is, on the routers, have you heard of ACL?
Yep, heard of that. Yep.
Yeah, that is what I asked. Okay.
Sir, I haven't heard about that.
So, who was that? Deepak?
Yes, Deepak sir.
So, Deepak, have you done CCNA routing switching?
No, sir, I haven't done, but I have a knowledge a little bit about route and switching.
Okay, so just do in one line. ACLs are access control list, right? They can be implemented on the routers to enforce access, like through the routers, which type of packet can pass through and which users can go out or which users can come in to the network, right? This is for controlling on the routers.
Okay. We can block anything.
Right. So we can block anything on the basis of layer 3 and layer 4 on the routers, which means you can give IP address, you can give port number, TCP, UDP port number or protocol, and you can block access on the router itself.
Sir, just a question.
Yeah.
Can we apply ACL on switches like L2 switch or L3 switch? Can we apply that?
Yes, there are different type of ACLs. There are ACLs that you can do on the basis of MAC address also, right? So there are layer 2 ACLs as well, but we don't do that. There is security. The right design of security is enforce security at every step, right? From layer 1 to layer 7. But we don't usually do that. We try to secure it on the perimeter and on the firewall inside.
Okay, so we apply ACL on the switch on the basis of MAC address.
We can do that. You asked, do we have ACLs on switches or no? I said yes. Right? That does not mean we do that. We don't do it, but it is possible.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, other example could be like, in our home network, we got a modem. And modem में हम लोग करते हैं कि website blocking to DNS block कर सकते हैं.
That is, I'm coming to that point. Hold on.
Really easier है.
All right. So what I'm saying is routers, switches, and low-end devices like even inbuilt routers that come with modems or the media convergence units that we have in our home networks, right? They all are capable of doing a firewall task, right? So firewall task only from layer 3 to layer 4 perspective, right? Some of those devices, they can also do URL filtering and file blocking stuff, right? That means going up to layer 7. But the point is, every device in the network has a defined role to play, right? Routers were meant and designed and coded for routing only. They were not meant to do ACLs. They were not meant to do any other task like VPNs and all. Okay, so same goes for routers, switches, layer 3 switches, right? Other modem and everything that you can think of. Okay, so the main device that is used for access control is your firewall. Its job is not its primary job is not to do routing, not to do switching. Its primary job is to enforce access control, enforce security policies in the network, right? So do not expect a router to be as good as a firewall and a firewall to be as good as the router, right? They both have their own role to play in the network. That is why you will always have, high-end routers WAN facing, and firewalls will be behind that, so that all of the BGP and the heavy routing stuff is handled by the routers, and all of the access control is taken care by the firewalls. Okay, so that's what firewalls do. I see the chat is almost spammed. What are you guys doing? Why are we sharing numbers, guys? Maybe they told me.
Creating WhatsApp group, sir.
Okay. Okay, add me in. All right. I was just checking if I am missing any question from anyone. And since we are here, just to tell you, do not post questions on chat. Okay, it's distracting, right? So
So
if
please
you have anything to ask,
share
you
your
can ask.
mail.
Sorry, come again, please.
Sir, please share your number so that I will add in group.
Okay.
Hello.
We put that in chat. Hold on.
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Okay. तो ग्रुप बाद में बना लेना, अभी पढ़ लो.
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है.
Yes, yes, yes. yes.
Okay. कहाँ थे हम? Yeah. So firewalls have their defined role to play in the network. Now routers, I am going back to the routers again and again because all of us understand how routers function. So whenever a user is going out to the internet or beyond the router, right? It goes through the router. There are no sessions that are maintained on the router, right? It is packet based. It is not flow based communication that router is doing. A packet would come, router would check the routing table, and it would let it go on the other side or on the egress interface. Right? Whenever the packet is coming in, right, it will again check the destination IP address in the routing table, match a matching route, and then act accordingly. But in case of firewalls, right, firewalls behave a little different. They remember things. When the same thing is happening through a firewall would make an entry in the connection table. Of course, the firewalls will also have a routing table in order to route your packets to the right path or towards the right destination, right? But that is not the only thing they are checking. They are also checking the connection table. So let's say your policy says that you're allowing 10 network to go out to any network on internet, right? So my policy is source is 10 network and destination is any network, which means it is in this direction from 10 to any. So in this direction, your packet will be matching this policy, connection table entry will be made, and while returning your reply packets, they will not have to go through the security policy. They will see a matching connection is there, right? A request was made from the inside of the network from one of the users, right? And a connection entry is there in the connection table. So the very first thing that matches in a firewall when the packets are coming from outside is the connection table, right? That is the first thing that the firewall would match up. And if there is an entry of that packet, of that reply in the connection table, right, it would go inside. Else, it will have to go through the security policies. So the whole crux of this point is firewalls do stateful packet inspection. Right? This fundamental of allowing the packet only in one direction. Right? You don't have to make a rule for the reply packet. If 10 to any is allowed, 10 to any will be able to communicate, which means if the request is generated from 10, the reply will be able to come back in. But if, right, listen carefully, if the request is generated from anybody on internet, then the firewall will not allow that. Right? This will have to go through a security policy. It will not be allowed through checking the connection table. All right, so only the request is allowed, reply is allowed, right? But a new request coming in the opposite way is not allowed. All right, that's what a stateful packet inspection is, and that is how the firewalls function. That's the basic of the firewall. Any firewall would work this way, right? This technology or this stateful remembering fundamental was developed, or you can say invented, by Check Point itself, and they made it generic. They made it available for all the vendors, right? So this was first started by Check Point, that we don't have to create.
सुके सर एक क्वेश्चन था सर यहाँ से.
Yeah.
सुके सर लाइक कि जब हमारा कोई भी रिक्वेस्ट इनसाइड जोन से आउटसाइड जोन पे जाता है तो सबसे पहले वो क्या चेक करेगा, मींस राउटिंग टेबल चेक करेगा या कनेक्शन टेबल चेक करेगा?
Inside से outside जब जाएगा, देखो, obviously it will check security policies whether it is allowed to go out or not. Then after that, it will also need a routing table. Right? If the firewall does not have a right to the destination, how will it route the packet? Right? So all of these things are working together. It is not purely on the basis of connection table. The connection table entry will be made once these checks are done. Right? Security policy is checked and the routing is there in the routing table. Then you will make an entry in the connection table successfully.
Then sir, policy table and connection table both will be different?
Policy table जैसा कुछ नहीं होता है. It is what do you say? What are you referring to policy table? जहाँ पे security policies होती हैं?
Correct.
हाँ, so policy table is not a very technical term. People might get confused. Okay. So security policies, let's call them security policies. So, or you can call that a policy package or security rules. That is what the general terms are.
सर एग्जैक्टली मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब इनसाइड जोन से आउटसाइड जोन के लिए हमने कोई सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी क्रिएट की तो वो पॉलिसी हमारी कनेक्शन टेबल में अवेलेबल रहेगी, करेक्ट?
वो पॉलिसी कनेक्शन टेबल में अवेलेबल ऐसा नहीं है. मतलब वो उस पॉलिसी के थ्रू जो कनेक्शंस पास हो रहे हैं वो टेबल में रहेंगे, राइट? if you have a policy, let's say 10.0.0/24 going to any, this is one policy, right? One security policy.
Okay.
Now all of the sessions or connections matching this policy, right? It could be like this is the connection table. Number one is source is 10.0.0.1 from a random port number 12345 going to, let's say, 100.001 on port 80, right? This will be there. Second, you may have also 10.002 going out to the same destination on 443 right? Or on 200.001. So likewise, these connections will be there in the connection table. So you just had one policy, right? So the policy is not there in the connection table. The connections which are being allowed successfully through this policy, those connections are there in the connection table. Three-way handshake, right? The successful three-way handshake is there in the connection table.
So
Sir,
it
sorry.
means कि जो कनेक्शन एस्टेब्लिश्ड होगा सिर्फ वही कनेक्शन अपना कनेक्शन टेबल में अवेलेबल रहेगा और कुछ भी नहीं रहेगा, राइट?
Right.
और वो कनेक्शन सर कितने टाइम पीरियड या कितने टाइम बीइंग के लिए वो यहाँ पर अवेलेबल रहता है?
As data is traversing through that connection, it is there. When it is idle, every connection will have its idle time, and once that idle time is reached, it will be dropped.
सर लेकिन जो कनेक्शन सेशंस रहते हैं फिर हम उनको स्प्लंक वगैरह कहीं डाल सकते हैं ना लॉग रिटेंशन के लिए फायरवॉल्स में?
Of course.
सर जो फास्ट क्वेश्चन था कि जब पैकेट फ्लो होगा तो पहले पॉलिसी चेक होगा उसके बाद जाके राउटिंग टेबल या फिर पहले
वो उसके बारे में हम बात
टेबल?
करेंगे कि पहले क्या चेक होगा. We will talk about that later.
ओके.
Alright.
सर
So
इसका टाइम ड्यूरेशन वेरी करता है, मतलब कितने टाइम के लिए ये एंट्री रखेगा मेंटेन करके कनेक्शन टेबल?
it really is the default values. We don't really change those, right?
ओके. तो सर राउटिंग टेबल की तरह हम इसको देख सकते हैं क्या फायरवॉल में GUI पे?
हाँ, of course. Connection कितने connections firewall के through जा रहे हैं, you can view the connection table. Right? We will see.
Sir, is there any limit for this connection table that this many entries only can be?
There will be, see, the connections is basically the throughput, right? How much the firewall can handle, right? How many security policies it can handle, or how many connections it can handle, or how many users it can cater. So there are different parameters on which you buy a firewall, right? So at the time of buying, the salespeople, they would ask you that you have how many users. Let's say you have 10 users or 50 users or 1,000 users, right? So they will recommend a firewall accordingly to you. Right? Each firewall model will have a different throughput. Right? Not every firewall is meant to be placed in the data center. I may need a firewall for my home, right? Where I have not more than 10 users.
Sir, what is throughput?
Throughput is the capability of any device, the capability of handling the traffic, right? How much traffic it can handle, or how efficiently it can handle, right? Basically the speed.
Okay.
सर एक बार ये स्टेट फूड पैकेट इंस्पेक्शन को एक बार थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ करें प्लीज.
क्या करूँ इसको?
State food packet inspection means like only the we have to create the policy only for the request, right? Nothing else.
Yes.
From either side.
Right, from either side. If it is coming from outside to inside, you create that. If it is request is going from inside to outside, you create that way.
So which one we are using right now? Industry stateful or stateless, or depend on the requirement?
All of the firewalls that you have today, they are stateful firewalls. Stateless would mean that you are not remembering the connection and you are making two policies. One is for the request and the other is for the reply.
तो इंडस्ट्रीज यूज करती हैं स्टेटलेस, हालांकि वो सिक्योर तो नहीं लग रहा. आई डोंट नो.
No, we don't use stateless.
ठीक है.
We can consider as a router. Router is stateless.
ओए, 1 साल हो गया. Okay, guys. So yeah, that is what stateful packet inspection is, allowing policies in one direction. Now let's talk about, and this is the very basic thing about all the firewalls. Okay, any firewall that you can come across, they will do it this way. There is too much of traffic today. I don't know. आज ही lockdown खुला है. Everybody is out on road. Yeah. So once you have these in your mind, seriously, I am messing up with architecture spelling. God. Okay. I don't know how to spell architecture, guys. You can make fun of me later. Okay. So we are talking about checkpoint architecture. Checkpoint architecture, or yeah, I was talking about the basic first. So I was saying stateful packet inspection, you try to read through any firewall or try to work on any firewall as of today. All of them, they are following stateful packet inspection. Every policy that you make is a stateful policy, which means you're working in the unidirectional policies, which work for the reply packet as well. Now let's talk about the checkpoint specific things. Now, these are also checkpoint specific things, but these are also generic, right? It's called 3-tier architecture, right? In checkpoint documentation. 3-tier architecture means there is a management console or a management software, right? There is a centralized manager. You may call it a security manager in checkpoint world, right? And then there is a firewall or gateway. Checkpoint likes to call their firewalls as gateways, right? They are the gateways to get into your network. So that's why they call it gateway. But this is the actual firewall through which the data transfer will happen, right? And this is only for the management. Now, when I was saying this is also generic for all of the other vendors also, which means be it Palo Alto, be it FortiGate, or be it Cisco, all of them, they have this architecture. Okay, some call it a centralized management architecture. They have basically named their manager differently. Checkpoint likes to call it Panorama, right? Cisco would call it.
Sukesh, it's not checkpoint, it's Palo Alto.
Did I say checkpoint call?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. So Checkpoint calls it the security manager. Palo Alto calls it a Panorama. Cisco would call it a Fireside manager, right? And they would call their firewalls as firepower devices, ASAs with firepower features. Right? So firepower features are nothing but the layer 7 feature, URL filtering, file blocking, and all that. So the point is, all of them, they are following the same architecture, that multiple firewalls can be managed through a single device, which they call security manager or Panorama or Fireside manager or whatnot, FortiManager in FortiGate. Right? And you will have a management PC through which you will access the manager. This could be any PC or any dedicated server that you're using for jump box, that we call it, through which we log into the devices. This could be a GUI based Windows server or a Linux server, right? But in case of accessing the managers, 100% of the times it will be a GUI based server, either a Windows machine or a Windows server.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Any HDM kind of thing is there in Checkpoint, like you can install it on any machine and then try to access the manager?
बात करेंगे ना अभी, उसी के बारे में तो बात कर रहे हैं.
Okay.
Right. So ask questions when I say ask questions, right? Because I still have a lot of things to tell you here. Okay.
Sorry.
Don't mind. Just hold your questions for some time. Those questions may get automatically cleared. Okay. And if you still don't get answer to your question, you can ask in the end when I open for questions. Okay. So yes, three tier architecture is there everywhere. They call it different, right? In Checkpoint, since we are doing Checkpoint, let's name them in Checkpoint way. The management console here, it is known as Smart Console. Now, what is Smart Console? Smart Console is a Windows-based application, right? You cannot run it in Linux or Mac or any other device, right? It is a Windows-based application. And it's a exe file that you have to download from Checkpoint and install it in your machines, and dedicated that server for management server. So this is a Windows based application. So any configuration changes that you are doing, you have to log into this software, right? It works like a client, right? How do we have remote VPN clients, right? Through which you connect your work from home and other stuff. Similarly, you have this software. So for now, if you don't have connected ever to a remote VPN, don't get confused. Right? This is just a piece of software which is being used to manage the manager, right? Or access the manager and do the configuration on the manager, and then push those changes onto the gateways or onto the firewalls. Which means using the Smart Console, you are accessing the security manager. This is where all the configuration is happening. This is where all the configuration is getting saved, right? And once you push it to the firewall, right? Once you push it to the firewall would enforce those policies in the network, which means all of the data is going through the gateways. And to divide it into the management plane, control plane, right? You have the management being taken care here. You also have the management and control plane being controlled by the manager, and the gateway is only taking care of the data plane of your traffic. Okay, this would too have, every device would have all three guys, okay? But just to segregate and fit it in the three-tier architecture, I explain it like this. All right, so all of the other firewalls, okay, they have web access, right? Web access means they don't have any dedicated software. They don't have Smart Console. They don't have any other software which is being used to access their manager, right? They all are doing it from the browser. So what is Checkpoint doing from the browser? Are they not able to do it? They're able to do it, but they have used the browser to in a different way. Right? If you have to make any specific changes for the device itself, right? Which means you have to change the host name of the manager, management IP address of the manager, management interface of the manager, routing on the manager, right? NTP on the manager, DNS on the manager, which means anything which is device specific, right? Which is not going to impact any other device or any other data flow, which means you cannot create security policies here. Only the routing stuff, ARP, layer 2, layer 3, DNS information, DHCP, right? All those kind of device specific configuration. You can do that via the web access. They call it Gaia portal. right? They've given this a fancy name to the browser access. They call it Gaia portal. Why do they call it Gaia portal? Because their operating system is named Gaia, right? And the version that we are doing is, I believe, .10, R80.10. And what is running, the very latest is, I believe, R80.30 or 40, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So we are close to what industry is using, okay? And if at all you are still on the very famous R77, you can ask questions on that. We can take that in the very last class, okay? So if at all your network is having R77, I don't mind, we are here to learn. I will tell you things on that. They're slightly different. The placement of objects and other things is changed. The architecture is more or less the same. All right, so that's about it. And the same Gaia portal will be available for the gateway also, which means if you have to do any changes on the firewall or on the gateway, like routing changes, most prominent that you will have to do, that can be done via Gaia portal, or that can also be done via CLI. You cannot do that via Smart Console. Smart Console is only for the security policies. You can create security policies and other things like VPN and everything. So you have to get the basics ready of the device and then get the manager going. The manager cannot configure routing for you. The manager cannot configure the interface address for you. It has to be either static or DHCP, right? Again, anything which is device specific, that has to be done via either Gaia portal or the CLI. All right, any questions around this?
Sir,
So,
as
sir,
the policy will be pushed to management. See, so what are the works is done by the Smart Console? The policy things, managing the traffic inside outside traffic.
Manager is sitting idle. The manager would not do anything on its own. So you are accessing the manager, configuring things on the manager using Smart Console.
That is the only job of doing the Smart Console.
I think that's enough. I mean, you should not be adding only to it.
Oh. No, I just the thing is Gaia portal is there. So the Gaia
Gaia
portal that
portal
we
is only for device specific things. It cannot create security policies. It cannot create VPN. It cannot create identity awareness rules. It cannot create backups.
so
Right?
control
Those are
plane,
things that
as
you
you
need.
said, like the manager will be playing as a control plane role, right? So
Right.
control plane and data planes both are different. These two devices can be one, or it has to be a two different device.
See, that is what I was saying. Don't get confused by the control plane, data plane concept. Since we have 3-tier architecture going around, I explained like this. Right? And they can be one. I'm talking about that. So just ask questions about what I have discussed. Okay?
Okay.
आगे मत भागो.
सर ये जो हम लोग नेटिंग करेंगे वो क्या हम स्मार्ट कंसोल के थ्रू करेंगे, नेटिंग करना है?
Right, security policies, netting, other any configuration that is going to influence your flowing data across the firewall has to be done via Smart Console. That's
फिर
it.
गाया पोर्टल में फिर हम लोग जो वेब एक्सेस करते हैं, क्या हम लोग को नेटवर्क ट्रैफिक चेक करने के लिए यूज करेंगे क्या, कि नेटवर्क का मॉनिटरिंग एंड ट्रबल शूटिंग?
नहीं, that can also be done by Smart Console. Smart Console is a suite of different softwares. Right? There are different softwares combined, and we call it Smart Console. Okay.
सर तो थोड़ा सा आप ऐसे डिफाइन करते हैं, स्मार्ट कंसोल वर्सेस गाया पोर्टल, क्या डिफरेंस है दोनों में, ये बता दो आप दोबारा.
Smart Console is Smart Console is being used to access the manager. Okay, point number one, you cannot access your gateways directly from Smart Console.
ठीक है.
It will only give you access of the manager. And Once you have access to the manager, you cannot add routes to the manager, you cannot add routes to the firewall that it is managing, you cannot add any device specific configuration, right? You cannot change time on the device, you cannot change DNS on the device, you cannot change the host name on the device via smart console. So if you have to do all those changes, you have to go through the Gaia portal, and that is same for manager and the gateway.
So Gaia portal is mainly for the routing stuff, layer 2, and management is all about creating policies and security policing and netting and all of those things.
You said the opposite. Gaia portal is for routing.
Yeah, sorry, this is what I said. Yeah, Gaia is routing and other things for the management portal,
Yeah,
like
smart console is
administration.
for other configuration.
Okay.
Sukesh, can we take the Gaia portal both for the manager and the gateway?
Yes, Gaia portal is available for any checkpoint device.
So in which case we take for gateway and which case we take for the manager? Any specific case?
Just basically in the network we do it only for routing, because other things like DNS and host names and those things will be set up once they are implemented. Those are one-time configuration. If you have to any the routing and all, you access mostly you will access the Gaia portal on gateways, because that's where you will be adding routes.
Sir, Gaia portal is only for the console is only for the Windows. There will be no for the Linux and
Smart console is only for Windows. It's a Windows software.
Okay.
Right? जैसे Microsoft Paint है, it is like that. It is only available for Windows.
So what about monitoring the devices, checking the logs?
Everything is done via smart console.
This is done by smart console.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Clear.
Sir,
Very clear.
हम लोग क्या गाया पोर्टल के लिए CLI जो है क्या गाया पोर्टल इज अ वेब ब्राउजर, CLI यूज करने के लिए का कोई स्पेसिफिक टूल्स आते हैं क्या, पटी वगैरह वो यूज करते हैं क्या?
Yeah, of course. CLI is like any other device. You do SSH or Telnet or whatever, and using any software that you have, and it will be like any other device. CLI. Gaia portal is just a fancy name. You are accessing, let's say, the management IP address of the firewall is 192.168.0.1. So you will put this IP address with HTTPS, right, in the browser, and that page that comes up, we are calling that as Gaia portal. So it's basically browser access.
Hello.
Yeah.
If you're using a multiple firewalls in a network, and if I've done any changes in a single firewall, then I have to push the policy on other firewalls. Then how can I push the policy from all the firewalls?
We will talk about those policy pushing later, right? It's like we are jumping to 3 topics from now. Okay. So when we discuss about policies, we will talk about these things.
One last question: when we suppose take a brand new firewall, fresh, we have different devices for gateway and different for manager.
Yeah, I'm going to explain that right now. That is the next topic that I'm taking up. Okay. So this 3-tier architecture, guys, like we have understood the 3 components of it: smart console, security manager, and the security gateway. The smart console, we have understood that this is a software. It's a Windows-based software. You can install it on any Windows-based machine or the server. What about the manager and the gateway? Are these softwares, virtual machines, or hardware? What are these? Right? So these could be virtual machines, or these could be the hardware appliances. As of today, right, we don't use hardware for the manager. Right? We don't use hardware for the manager in the production. I'm telling you, okay. We use virtual machines because that saves a lot of money, and manageability is very easy. And earlier, look, let's not talk about history. Okay. So this is a VM and a hardware appliance that is possible. Also, the security manager and the secure gateway is only a role assigned to the device. Okay, listen to it very carefully. It's only a role that is assigned to the device. What is the Checkpoint operating system is? It is a Red Hat Linux machine. Okay, it's a Red Hat Linux machine. Guys, give me 1 minute, okay? पड़ोसी को गाली मार के आता हूँ, बहुत म्यूजिक बजा रहे हैं. Give me 1 minute.
एक तो हमारी तरफ से भी देगा ना सर.
All right, guys, sorted. So yes, the Checkpoint operating system, the Gaia operating system, is a modified Linux machine. Okay, they took up Red Hat Linux, did a lot of hardening of the device, and all the loopholes were taken care of, and they recoded it in a certain way, and they call it Gaia operating system. Now, what you get as a new device is this, a Red Hat Linux operating system, and it is giving you a prompt of first time wizard. Whenever you will fire up a new virtual machine or a new hardware from Checkpoint, this is what it will do. Right? The default IP address will be 192.168.1.1, and it will be prompting you to run the first time wizard before you can do anything. If you do CLI, it will be written in the like black and white, right? And if you access it through GUI, there will be a good looking pop-up that you will see. Right? But they both will urge you to run the first time wizard. Until you do that, you cannot do anything on that, right? So the point is, when you are running first time wizard, you can configure that device as a manager, you can configure that device as a gateway, or you can configure that device as both. Which means a single device can act as a manager and the firewall. We call it a standalone setup. Why standalone? Which means the manager and the gateway, they are both on the same device. That is why we call it standalone. We don't call it a 3-tier architecture now. Right? Although the 3-tier architecture fundamental is still the same, you still need a PC with smart console. Right? This will still be sitting as it would in the 3-tier architecture setup, right? And it would still access the manager plus gateway, or you can call it the standalone device. You can still have the Gaia running on that. You can still have it accessed through smart console. Everything will work as it is. But the only difference is physically, or in the VM, it's a single device which is doing the task of 2 different devices. Right? So you brought your management plus data, or controlling plus data to the same device. Right? This is not advisable, right? But let's just say that I need only one Checkpoint firewall. So why will I buy the manager? Right? We will need licenses for these. So why will I buy manager? If I say, let's say I have 2 more firewalls, 3 more firewalls, I have 10 firewalls, still manageable, I would say, right? But if I have more number of firewalls, like 50 plus or 100 plus or 20 plus, right? That becomes slightly difficult to manage those firewalls individually, right? Because individually you will have Smart Console connecting to every other firewall. Let's say you want to make changes. Let me clear that up. So you have Smart Console here managing different standalone devices, right? Versus Smart Console managing through the manager, and the manager is managing all three devices. So which one sounds more interesting or more easy? I will go for this, right? Where the management is being done centrally. I don't have to go individually on each firewall. And I will simply choose which firewall I want to work on, and I will start working on that firewall. It is as simple as that. All right. So standalone setup and the 3-tier architecture. And you also have something known as hybrid. Okay. Hybrid is, again, if you're running frugal, you're running short on money, you don't want to buy an additional device doing only management, right? So what you can do is you can make a device. This is manager plus the gateway. This is also doing the data transfer or the data enforcing policies. This is being managed, right? And it is also managing your other firewalls, right? This is manager plus gateway, but this is also managing other gateways also. And the best part about doing all of these setups, guys, from the GUI, right? It means from the Smart Console, you will not realize any difference. You will not know if you're running hybrid setup, if you're running standalone, or these devices are different, because the GUI of all three is going to look exactly the same, right? It will be exactly same. There will be no difference at all. So you would not know if you're running hybrid management is different or it is standalone. Okay, any questions around this?
Sir, related to this licensing, if we are using a standalone device, so we require only one license for both management and gateway.
Yes. Then the license will take care that you cannot split that. You cannot create two. Let's say I buy a virtual machine, right? They will give me a Linux machine, and I can create a copy of it and then create a manager and a firewall, right? So that will not work on that. So the licensing will control that part.
But in three-layer architecture, we require two separate licenses for both manager.
Yes, for that we will require a different type of license.
अरे हाइब्रिड थोड़ा सा मिस हो गया, दोबारा बता देंगे?
Sorry?
ये हाइब्रिड थोड़ा सा मिस हो गया.
Hybrid kuch nahi. Hybrid is the manager, the 3-tier architecture only. But here the manager was only the manager. In hybrid, the manager is also at work, right? It is also the gateway.
प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट में हम क्या सिलेक्ट करते हैं? ये
3-tier.
3-tier ना?
And some implementation you may also see hybrid, but standalone is very rare that you will see. But again, it does not really matter because the GUI is going to be the same. How does it matter to an administrator? Let's say I got a job today in a Checkpoint environment. I would log into the Smart Console and see what all firewalls is the device managing. Now, how do I care if the manager is sitting on a different device, on the same device, or they are hybrid or whatever it is, right? I only have to worry about the GUI and what I do on the GUI. Cool?
Yep.
Sir, if we are using only one or two gateway, like we have only one branch or two branch, so is it good to use separate manager, or we can use standalone for this?
See, if you need okay, I was thinking of a weird example, nahi dunga. You can do that. It is all about, what do you want? See, you are buying things, and Checkpoint or any other vendor, they have to sell. तुम बोलोगे दो डिवाइस दो, उसके साथ मैनेजर यूज करूंगा, वो बोलेगा ले ले. They will not say no to you, right? पैसा है, ले लो. But it is us who have to decide that, do I need a manager for 2 firewalls? Can I manage that? Can I not manage that? Is it worth spending like $4,000, $5,000 for the manager?
Other than the managing point of view, is there any difference from the security point of view?
There is no difference at all. No difference at all.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था. सर लाइक अभी जो हमने डिस्कस किया था अपना स्मार्ट कंसोल और गाया पोर्टल, राइट? तो उस टाइम पर आपने एक चीज बताई थी कि लाइक वी नीड टू एक्सेस द सीपी फायरवॉल थ्रू द गाया पोर्टल और द सीएलआई मोड फॉर कॉन्फ़िगरिंग लाइक होस्ट नेम राउटिंग and other licensing and upgradations, right? And we can just push the policies, security policies and other things to the manager, correct?
Right.
And we cannot access the particular firewall or the gateway through the manager.
Right.
Is it correct, sir?
Through the smart console.
Through the smart console, but through the Gaia portal of that manager, we can access the particular device.
No, Gaia portal is individual to the device. I mean, you log into the Gaia portal of the manager, and from there you are accessing the Gaia portal of firewall. That doesn't work because the manager does not have a browser, right? The browser is there on the Windows machine. So if you have to access the firewall through Gaia portal, you access the firewall, not the manager.
But sir, मेरा बहुत सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, लाइक कि जस्ट सपोज कि मैं गाया पोर्टल या कंसोल किसी के भी थ्रू अगर मैंने मैनेजर को लॉगिन किया, राइट? तो वहाँ अगर मैं उस मैनेजर के थ्रू अगर मेरे 3 इंडिविजुअल फायरवॉल्स कनेक्टेड हैं या 3 इंडिविजुअल फायरवॉल्स में हम पॉलिसीज को पुश कर रहे हैं या व्हाटएवर जो भी कर रहे हैं, तो वो तीनों इंडिविजुअल फायरवॉल्स एज अ डिवाइस वहाँ पे इंडिविजुअली दिखेंगी, तो हम उस पर डबल क्लिक करके वो डिवाइस, मतलब जस्ट फॉर द एग्जांपल, वो डिवाइस को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते?
नहीं कर सकते.
सर कैन आई रिप्लाई?
नहीं. हम बात करेंगे ना GUI के बारे में. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. होल्ड ऑन. आई अंडरस्टैंड, लोग बहुत एक्साइटेड हो, बट होल्ड योर क्वेश्चन. GUI में क्या दिखेगा, क्या नहीं दिखेगा, हम क्या कर पाएंगे, सब देखेंगे हम, राइट? लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट कि हम क्या करने वाले हैं, राइट?
नहीं सर, एक्चुअली कंफ्यूजन कहाँ पर हुआ ना, जब ये अपने 3 टियर आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा ना, तो उस टाइम पर सर जैसे अभी इन तीनों आर्किटेक्चर हमने पढ़े, यहाँ पर स्टैंड अलोन आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा, 3 टियर आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा और आर्किटेक्चर पढ़ा, करेक्ट? तो यहाँ पर सर 3 टियर आर्किटेक्चर में एक स्टेटमेंट आया कि लाइक वी विल मैनेज द डिवाइसेस थ्रू द मैनेजर
इन ऑल द केसेस. नहीं, होल्ड ऑन. क्या बोला मैंने? GUI में it is going to be exactly same. In all the cases, you are managing the firewall through the manager.
Right.
The only difference is the manager is sitting different in 3-tier architecture. In standalone, it is on the same device, and in hybrid, the same device, manager plus gateway, it is also managing other gateways. From in the GUI, it will all be same.
बट द सर सेम थिंग ना, लाइक कि वो स्टेटमेंट बार-बार कहीं ना कहीं मुझे कंफ्यूज कर रहा है सर.
मैं बोलूं, अगर प्रैक्टिकली हम लोग इस चीज को देखेंगे ना तो कंफ्यूजन दूर हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे इस क्वेश्चंस को
ये तो समझ कि GUI में सेम दिखने वाला है, इतना क्लियर हो गया.
क्योंकि GUI में सेम दिखेगा, और दूसरा चीज क्या है कि सर ने बोला कंट्रोल करने का, तो कंट्रोल हम लोग जैसे करेंगे तो वो जब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होगा तो वो वहाँ पे ज्यादा अच्छे से नजर आएगा. तो तुम वहाँ पे अपना क्वेश्चन क्लियर कर लेना. यहाँ पे वो कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, मुझे भी थोड़ा हो रहा है, तो होल्ड करो, सर को आगे जाने तो मे भी बहुत जन का होगा वो क्लियर हो जाएगा.
और सर जो दूसरा चीज था ये लाइक कि हम स्टैंड अलोन में मैनेजर और फायरवॉल दोनों एक साथ यूज करते, राइट? या एक ही डिवाइस पे यूज करते हैं? सो मींस that device is a particular firewall alone, or that is a VM where we are putting the two devices, two applications like manager and firewall?
In case of standalone, you can do both actually. You can do it on the VM, you can do it on the hardware. जैसा requirement है, you need a VM, you can do it on the VM. You need a hardware, you can do it on the hardware. Both will be same.
Okay, so sir, if we are talking about the hardware, then if you are putting the firewall only alone firewall, then we cannot use like a manager, right?
कर सकते हैं. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Firewall स्मार्ट कंसोल के थ्रू एक्सेसिबल नहीं है. ठीक है?
Okay.
फायरवॉल को कॉन्फ़िगर करने के लिए, फायरवॉल को मैनेज करने के लिए, फायरवॉल का लॉग्स देखने के लिए, फायरवॉल को मॉनिटर करने के लिए, फायरवॉल को वीपीएन बनाने के लिए, फायरवॉल को कुछ भी करने के लिए यू नीड स्मार्ट कंसोल. एंड स्मार्ट कंसोल से फायरवॉल एक्सेस होगा नहीं, राइट? सो व्हाट विल यू एक्सेस थ्रू स्मार्ट कंसोल? You will access the manager through smart console, and through the manager you will push the policies to the firewall.
Okay.
Right? And when they are on the same device, तो वो घर के घर में ही push करेगा. But it will do it. It will follow the rituals.
Okay.
Right? It will look exactly the same in the GUI, as if they were two different entities.
सर अगर ये कहना सही है कि जो सिक्योरिटी कंसोल है वहाँ पे हमने जो पॉलिसीज बनाई है, जो भी अपना बनाया है, वो पुश आउट होता है मैनेजर मैनेजमेंट सर्वर पे, और मैनेजमेंट उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करेगा गेटवे पर.
राइट.
और सर ये भी बात सही है कि जो चेक पॉइंट में 70% जो हमारा काम होता है वो CLI के थ्रू होता है.
नहीं, एकदम बकवास.
अच्छा, कितना परसेंट कर सकते हैं हम?
You can do 100% from the GUI.
अच्छा.
There is absolutely no need to go to the CLI. Maybe only for the real-time information like VPNs and all, you may have to go, but that is also available on the GUI.
और अगर सर जैसे VPNs की लॉग देखनी है, रियल टाइम की लॉग्स देखनी है, ट्रैफिक की लॉग,
All
तो वो
available on the GUI.
और सिक्योरिटी कंसोल ना, दैट्स द GUI.
Right. Smart console.
स्मार्ट कंसोल. थैंक यू.
Guys, क्या दिखेगा, क्या नहीं दिखेगा, what will we see in the GUI, what will we be able to do, where will we see monitoring? All these questions you need to hold for now. Okay? I don't want to deny answering any question, but don't ask questions that we have not discussed yet. Okay? Let me take you guys to the GUI only. Right? Hold on. Okay, your machine is on. Let me access the. Okay, let's just add a lab from my name. My VM is being backed up. I cannot power that on right now. So the image is R80.10 that we are going to run. I need 2 nodes of checkpoint. Right, let's give it a good icon. All right. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Let's call this one a manager. Let's see, they are exactly same devices that I've taken. And let's take a desktop. Okay. Right, so that's how it is. And let's keep them in the same network. Let's bring in a hub. By default, the Ethernet 0 is the management interface of the firewall, but you can access it through any interface in case of hardwares. Right? You would connect Ethernet 1, 2, 3, or any interface you can connect, and from there you can connect a cable to your PC, give IP address in the same subnet, probably 1.2 or anything, and you will be able to access. So there is no specific or dedicated management port on these devices, right? At least not on the lower end or the mid-range devices. Cloud Zero, use always Cloud Zero when you need internet connectivity to any of these nodes, okay? So this is going to the ISP. All right, a very basic setup. I have a management PC, which will also act as a user for us, right? This has Smart Console, and we will use this for generating the traffic and all the testing that we do, okay? Now, since we discussed that these VMs or hardwares, they will be the Linux machines, right? So the IP address is same on both as of now, right? Which means I can turn this off so that we don't have IP address conflict. I will change the IP address of the manager, and then we will power this on, okay? Let's name it the gateway.
Sir,
Yes.
if you do this on the VMware, so what is the minimum RAM and hard disk required to set up a checkpoint?
To set it up on your machine,
Yes, on my machine.
you will need a minimum of 16 GB
Means
efficiently.
16 GB में machine RAM, okay, and how much RAM I should give to checkpoint while making it?
A minimum of 4 GB RAM should be good.
Minimum 4 GB. Okay. If I give 2 GB, it will not open. Like, what will the issue?
It will be too slow.
But it will log in. It will be login.
In some cases, it may crash also. So
Just while I was trying, I'm unable to connect my smart console to the manager. I don't know why. Because manager is up and running, but smart console I'm unable to connect it.
that's okay. We will see.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
सर अगर खुद का लैब बनाते हैं तो प्रोसेसर इंटेल का सही रहता है कि AMD का?
For these virtualization and stuff, I think Intel, I would prefer Intel. But if you're on budget, AMD is also good. बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है. Right? But it may have issues with support and compatibility.
Okay.
So check.
There will be issue with compatibility as well as heatness if you use AMD and if you're running AMD.
That is one well-known issue with AMD. They heat up.
Heat up. So there will be a problem.
Sorry, I had to give static IP. 192.168.1.10, for example, is my management. 192.168.1.1 will be my gateway.
Sir, by default, DSCP is not on checkpoint.
No.
Configure from scratch.
No, by default it is 192.168.1.1 on the firewalls, on any checkpoint device, I should say.
So Sukesh, if we talk about the real one firewall, is this the only default? Or
Yeah, 1.1 is the default, yes.
Default. Okay.
Is it still not up? Okay, still booting.
सब इनकी सोचने की समझने की क्षमता बढ़ेगी ना.
Okay, the default varies actually. On the real devices, it will be admin. But in this image that we have in the lab, it is admin 123. Right? And this is what I was talking about. In order to configure your system, please access the web UI and finish the first time wizard. Right? This is what it is telling us. So you see, this is a manager and this has some hypothetical host name to it. We can change it, of course, right? But we will have to set it up in a certain way. So how do we set it up? We have to ensure the IP address on Ethernet 0. Let's change it. How do we change it? With the set command, set interface ETH0 IPv4 address 192.168.1.250. For some reason, I like this IP address 250 for my managers. So it's easy to remember for me. And the mask length. The best part is you can simply write 24 here. And any changes that you have to save in CLI, simply type in save config. Okay, so now what we have done is we have changed the interface address on this device on Ethernet 0 to this, right? 1.250. Let's access it.
So we have to use the same IP address which you are giving to these machines in the lab.
If you use the same IP addresses, I may be able to help you on WhatsApp also without even looking at the topology, right? That's
Okay.
where you have gone wrong. But if you use different IP addresses, I will have to look at your topology. So I would recommend using the same addresses, and it doesn't make any big difference, right?
नहीं ठीक है, troubleshooting.
1.250 use karo ya 1.249, how different it will be.
Yeah, no, totally agree. It will help to troubleshoot. So, sir, right now we are configuring manager, right?
Yes.
Manager
Right now
server.
we are accessing the manager through the Gaia portal because we are about to make some device specific changes. We are about to run the first time wizard.
Okay.
Log in through the same credential, admin123. Right, and this is the prompt that I was talking about, and let me make this a little bigger. Yeah, so these are the deployment options that you will get. Now, since this is a virtual machine, right, you don't have an option of doing it through the USB device, right? And since we have not purchased it, we don't have an option of the cloud either, right? And we are not importing from Snapshot. This is a fresh setup. So you simply choose setup. Right? And this is the Ethernet 0 IP information. You can change that here as well, right? I could access 1.1 and give the IP address here and change it.
Sir, what is the gateway?
The gateway here, okay, don't get confused, okay? The gateway here, where's my pen? The gateway here is not the checkpoint gateway, right? Which means your manager and your checkpoint gateway, they could be in different networks, right? You could have a router in between. So let's say the manager is having 192.168 1.250, right? And this is 254, and this is like 10.0.0.0 network. This is 254, and this is 10.1. So here in default gateway, what will you write in the manager?
254.
192.168.254. You will not write 10.0.0.1, right? This is not the checkpoint gateway address it is asking you. Right?
So,
It is
one
for the
question.
reachability.
One quick question: the manager and gateway, suppose we have router, and in case suppose there is a firewall, any specific port on which these communicate?
That is, I'll talk about it. That is SIG communication. We will talk about that.
Sir, if it is in same network, we don't have to give this gateway, right? If it is in different network, then we have to give a default gateway.
This is only for the reachability between the manager and the checkpoint gateway.
That's what.
Right, and if you want, you can configure the Ethernet 1 from here, right? Like right now, but we will configure it and see it through the Gaia portal. So I leave it off for now. I can change the host name since we are setting this up as a manager. I will type in manager. I don't need this manager to go out on internet. I am not giving DNS information. Right? And this is all network specific information, by the way. Whatever information you are using for all the devices in your network, same information will go in these forms. Right? And this is where you make your selection. BNC थोड़ा issue कर रहा है. एक minute, guys. So this is where you make your selection, whether you want the security gateway or security manager, or you want the multi-domain manager. Now, multi-domain manager, I will talk about it later. Okay, this is what we set up in the production, right? Until now, we talked about security gateway, we talked about security manager, right? So you can also set this up as a multi-domain manager. I will talk about multi-domain manager. Okay, just forget about it for now.
Are we going to cover this as well?
Sorry.
Are you going to cover this as well? MDS?
Yes. Yes. Later. Okay. Not now. Let's understand first how things are done. And once you choose next, this is where you have to bifurcate that you are going towards security gateway, towards security manager, or both. If you keep both of them selected, that means you are going ahead with the standalone setup. Let's uncheck security gateway because we are setting up the manager, right? So choose security management and simply do next. Use Gaia administrator, the default admin, or you want to create a new admin. Let's keep default, okay? GUI client can log into security management from, right? So which IP addresses can access this manager, which means indirectly it is asking you the IP address of the Smart Console, right? So you can say this machine through which I am accessing, or you can keep any IP address, or you can give a management network in your environment, right? Let's say 192.168.1.0/24 is my management network in my environment. So I can give that network here, or I can give a specific range of IP address. Whatever suits us as per our environment that we are working in, we can make the selection, okay? All right, simply do next and click on finish. This will start configuring process. Are you sure you want to continue? Hell yes. And the magic happens, okay? All of these things, what they are doing is they are setting up the Gaia operating system as a manager, right? Let's minimize this and go towards the firewall.
Sir, in an environment, we could have more than one management as well, right?
In the environment, we could have what?
More than one management console, more manager for one terminal, one particular area.
You can have HA of managers, but you will not have two managers.
Okay, HA.
And you can have HA of the same manager, high availability can be done, but you will not have two managers managing the same firewall.
सर एक क्वेश्चन था,
तुम्हारा कितना मैनेजर है ऑफिस में? एक ही है ना?
हाँ.
Just imagine if you had two managers.
मर जाएंगे.
सुखे सर एक क्वेश्चन था यहाँ पे. लाइक सर ये जो अपना फायरवॉल होता है उसका और मैनेजर का दोनों का ये अपना गाया ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम सेम आता है, मतलब डिवाइस अगर हम बात करें हार्डवेयर की तो क्या दोनों अलग अलग होती हैं या सेम डिवाइस ही होती है? लाइक फायरवॉल को ही हम एज अ मैनेजर कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं.
Of course, इनका मॉडल नंबर अलग होगा. There will be some segregation on the basis of model number कि this particular device is meant or tuned or optimized for being a manager, right? So they will, have different model numbers for that. जब हम करेंगे in the manager, it will show us all the model numbers available.
Okay, sir.
Right, same for this. We need to run the first time wizard and we can verify our IP address. So show interface ETH0, and this is what the address is. And I can simply go under this and access the one-time wizard. We will have to go through exact same questions and exact same information that we have to fill in. right? I will simply name it gateway 1. Again, make a selection. Instead of security management, this time I choose security gateway. Next, and now it is asking, does this gateway have dynamically assigned IP address? What does that mean? Ethernet 0 is a management interface. Now, what the question is about, will Ethernet 0 have IP address via DHCP, which means it can change, right? It may change since it is via DHCP. So Checkpoint takes care of that as well. So the question is only about that, whether your firewall is having IP address from DHCP or no. So choose this question very correctly, or answer the question correctly. If you are using DHCP on ETH0, say yes. If no, say no, right? It creates certain processes in the backend, and they won't let you choose static if you say yes here, and then you'll have to go through the DHCP process.
Sir, what was the cluster like? वहाँ पर कुछ cluster वगैरह भी था back में, उसका मतलब कुछ use होगा?
ठीक है, distract मत हो. The key to learning is focus. ठीक है, when you open up book, पहले पेज से स्टार्ट करते हैं ना कि ऐसा एकदम क्रिश के जैसा पूरा पढ़ डालता है.
नहीं सर, वहाँ पर ऑप्शन आया इसलिए पूछा सर.
वही बोल रहा हूँ, इंडेक्स में बहुत सारा ऑप्शन होता है. गो वन बाय वन. ठीक है.
Yes sir.
So the activation key. Now what is this? It looks like we should get something from Checkpoint, right? कुछ तो उनको खरीदना पड़ेगा, देना पड़ेगा. But it is not like that. It is only a fancy name. I can give a password, a secret password like Cisco123, Cisco123. And for what will this be used? I will give you 2 minutes to read through this. Okay, just read this 2 paragraphs. Okay, I'll be right back in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. So, what did you understand? क्या समझा इससे?
In order to have a secure communication between two devices, two checkpoint devices, you need to have activation key. And that
Right? It is like a super secret password that we have to share with the manager. It's like an OTP. Right? आजकल Amazon वाले आते हैं तो OTP देना पड़ता है ना? It is same like that.
Sir, it means like which activation key we put here, that same activation key we have to put with the communication with another checkpoint device, right?
Perfect.
So another checkpoint device
Right?
or
And
management?
that another checkpoint device will be what? The manager.
Management server.
Management, right? Management.
All right.
So if you want to add one more device, then the key should be same.
No, you in that another device, again, you will have this activation key prompt. You can give a different password there. And when adding that firewall to the manager, you give that password that you give during setting it up.
Sir, maximum how many gateway can be handled by one manager? Is there any limit?
254.
Okay.
So then if you want to change the say password at some moment, then we will have to remember it or store it somewhere,
We
right?
will talk
We'll
about
give
that.
different
We will
different
talk about
password.
that in the next session. That what
Okay.
happens when we change these things.
Okay.
Right? Today we will only see how things look like, right? So that you remain interested here, that what you're looking at. I realize that you guys are understanding the concept. So I paced through the theoretical part and we are right in the GUI. Otherwise, it is the next class that we open up the GUI.
So by default, 254 devices is common for every checkpoint manager, security manager, or it could be means depend on the like models and something. कि
It is
मतलब
a
ऐसा कुछ होता है.
critical number. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. 254 is on the MDM. MDM can run 254 instances on a single interface. Okay, but it's like your phone book in your phone never runs out of memory, right? So you have enough number of devices that you can manage, right? Depending upon how much you can pay.
Okay, sir.
All right, so the gateway is ready. Let's log into the manager as well. The manager is ready, right? So if you look at the Gaia portal, this is what we are referring to, right? See, checkpoint Gaia portal. And they are exactly the same number of options, same kind of options. Everything is same. And what are the options here? Anything which is device specific. For example, network interfaces. Through this portal, I cannot change interfaces of the manager, right? Because this is the portal for the firewall. So let's give IP address to Ethernet 1. Let's edit this, enable this, tell it to obtain it from DHCP and say OK. Any changes that you're doing in the CLI, you had to type in what? Save config. In here, you are typing in nothing. Right? Anything that you're doing here in the GUI is getting saved automatically. Right? You refresh this and that's your IP address from DHCP. Right? That's my internal range. Do not get confused with that. Right? That is the internal range of my LAN, right? From which this is getting IP address. And once it has this IP address, it can go out on internet. All right, you can add a static route also, a default. Let's say I want to add a gateway. Let's give it some priority. None does not look good.
सर थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे क्या कर रहे हैं आप यहाँ पे?
अरे राउट दे रहा हूँ, इसमें क्या एक्सप्लेन करना है? We are adding a route to the firewall.
हाँ हाँ नहीं ठीक है
Right? I'm telling you what all things you can do through the Gaia portal. Right? So you can add a route to the firewall. Firewall will need a route to go out, right? You will need a default route pointing to the ISP, right?
हाँ बाहर जाने के लिए राउट की जगह वो बना रहे हैं
Perfect. So we are putting that route. And again, on the network interface, we gave a DHCP address here. That's it. And what else? You can do DNS information. You can run protocols like BGP, right? OSPF. You can do route distribution. Again, anything which is device specific is done through Gaia portal. Right? You have to create users. You have to enter licenses, take certain type of backup, right? Not all type of backups you can do from Gaia portal. So yeah, this is about the Gaia portal. Same thing are there on the manager. All right, now time to set up the smart console. So from where will you get the smart console? On the gateway, you don't have that smart console. On the manager, you have this option, download now. This is one option through which you can get a smart console. The other is directly from the download center of Checkpoint, right? The Checkpoint website. And the third is you can have it already installed, right? Which I have in my case. So it is nothing but a simple click on download, right? A file will be downloaded, an exe file, simply double click on it, run it, next, 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 finish, agree the user agreement, and it's ready, right? No rocket science in installing it. So I have it installed to save our time, but it takes time, right? It takes time about 10 to 15 minutes to install Smart Console. Because first of all, it checks all the dependencies for Smart Console. It installs those missing dependencies, and then it installs the Smart Console. Again, you have to have a matching or compatible Smart Console. So this is for R80.10, and the image that we are running on the manager and on the gateway, those are R80.10. Managers are backward compatible, which means a manager which is running R80.10 can manage a firewall which is running R77, right? But vice versa is not possible. Your manager cannot be outdated. All right, username, admin, password, admin123, and the IP address 250. Of course, you can have read only and the demo mode. Demo mode will give you a feel of production kind of a setup, but you cannot do anything in there. You can only view it. Okay, so let's log in through the best controlled way so that we can make changes. No demo, no read only, full read write access. Why is it stuck? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The cursor is stuck, so I thought I got disconnected. Actually, there's a lot of data transfer happening right now on the server. That is why it is a little slow today.
सर आई बिलीव शायद वो विंडोज की मशीन में आपने डाउनलोडिंग स्टार्ट की थी इसकी, तो उसकी वजह से तो नहीं इतना मतलब एकदम से हैंग हो गया?
नहीं, that is happening within the server only. वो तो पोर्ट से भी बाहर नहीं आ रहा है सर्वर के, right? Those are all VMs running inside. I think there is some other issue. So guys, it's okay. थोड़ा suspense भी रहना चाहिए. Let's take it up tomorrow, same time. Alright. Anyways, I was supposed to stop at 11:30 today.
Sir, could you just help me in accessing the smart console?
Not today. Sorry. Let's take it up tomorrow. I have a meeting right now, like in half an hour. Okay. So.
Hello, sir. I have a question.
Yes.
Hello, sir. If I have a 10 GB laptop for the 10 GB RAM laptop, is it compatible for exercising in this firewall courses?
Yes, it will be slightly slow. What processor do you have?
The i5.
It will be slightly slow, to be honest. Like I have i5 on my Mac, and it cries. Okay.
So you have to increase. Must be right.
Right. If not the processor, you must have 16 GB of RAM, because these VMs and these processes, they are more RAM intensive. CPU is still fine, but you need more RAM.
If I am gonna change to i7, so do not need to increase the RAM. 10 GB will be enough, right?
No, you need to prefer increasing the RAM instead of CPU.
Okay.
Hello sir.
Thank you.
सर मिनिमम कितना होना चाहिए सब कुछ अच्छा चले तो?
सब कुछ अच्छा चलने के लिए if you have i7 quad core processor and 16 GB of RAM, it's good enough.
सर अगर आप क्रेडेंशियल दिए उसके बाद कितना मिनिमम कितना में रन कर सकते हैं अपन लैपटॉप में?
क्या क्रेडेंशियल दिया समझा नहीं.
आपके सर्वर का क्रेडेंशियल अगर जो आप जो लैब एक्सेस देते हैं.
हाँ, मेरे सर्वर एक्सेस एकदम लाइफ लॉन्ग एक्सेसिबल है.
ओके, तो उसमें मेरे लैपटॉप का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मिनिमम कितनी होनी चाहिए?
अभी तो बताया 16 GB और अच्छा लैब एक्सेस करने के लिए. ओके, लैब एक्सेस करने के लिए कुछ नहीं, नॉर्मल. इट इज एज गुड एज अ वेबसाइट ब्राउजिंग फॉर यू.
Like 4 GB and plus the i3.
More than enough. 4 GB is more than enough.
i3 is compatible.
हेलो.
हाँ.
सर पूरी सेटअप तो क्लाउड में भी कर सकते हैं ना, पूरी सेटअप लैब.
ये क्लाउड क्या है? ये क्लाउड ही तो है. क्लाउड इज somebody else's computer, right? तो तुम्हारे लिए तो क्लाउड ही है ये.
नहीं, उसके लिए तो कोई रैम का जरूर नहीं है, लैपटॉप का उतना रैम जरूर नहीं है.
Exactly, it is as good as a website that you are browsing. That's it.
Yes, yes, yes.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन था, जो अभी आपने एक वो बनाया था ना अपना, जो डिजाइन तैयार किया था, टोपोलॉजी बनाई थी, उसमें सर आपने एक क्लाउड कनेक्ट किया, क्लाउड के थ्रू आपने इंटरनेट पास किया पर्टिकुलर विंडोज 7 वाले सिस्टम को, राइट? तो सर विदाउट एनी पॉलिसी वो चेक पॉइंट से कैसे निकल गया सर? उसके लिए
चेक पॉइंट से कैसे निकल गया? क्या निकल?
मतलब बीच में फायरवॉल था ना सर?
अरे सर ये पूछ रहे हैं कि
तो एक्सेस किया है अभी तक, और क्या किया है?
अभी इंटरनेट चला ही नहीं है ना उस मशीन में.
कहाँ इंटरनेट चलाया है हमने?
अभी खाली राउटिंग.
वो डाउनलोडिंग चालू की थी सर, वो डाउनलोडिंग स्टार्ट नहीं हुई क्या उसकी?
तो डाउनलोडिंग कहाँ से की थी हमने?
ओके, अच्छा वो डिवाइस के अंदर ही रहता है वो
तो मैनेजर से डाउनलोड कर रहे थे ना हम.
ओके 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 सर.
नहीं सर, मैं ऐड कर दूं सर, मैंने भी किया है. EVNG जब चलाते हैं ना तो वर्चुअल में, तो जो मैनेजमेंट कंसोल जो बनाया है वो आपका जो लोकल लैपटॉप है ना, जो उस पे ब्रिज कनेक्शन है, जो ब्रिज कनेक्शन आपके वाईफाई राउटर से कनेक्ट है, तो वहां से वो बात करता है जो आप क्लाउड लेते हो, अगर आप लोकल में अपनी मशीन बना रहे हो.
तो पर्टिकुलर जो सिस्टम कनेक्टेड होता है उसके जो अपना क्लाउड फेसिंग इंटरफेस है उसमें मतलब कैसे जो भी आईपी कॉन्फ़िगर
संजय वो कल मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ यार. लेट मी आज के लिए इतना ही सवाल काफी है, बाकी सवाल
ओके सर.
संजय मैं समझा दूंगा, रहने दें.
ठीक है भाई,
ठीक है. ओके
ओके सर.
नंबर सेव कर लिया क्या व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे?
एंड see you guys tomorrow on the same link.
Number कर लो. Thank you sir.
Yep.
Video will be available on the portal, right?
सब मिलेगा. Communication will be happening. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you.